Hello, so I'm just going to show you how I do some color mixing, just like a simple color. I have here some pink left over. I like to use leftover colors because I don't have to add any more color to it. So even if you have a little bit of red, even if it's a small amount, it helps to bring that color in so you don't have to keep adding more color. So I always refrigerate or freeze my colors and then bring them back out when I need them to get some color here. So for this, I'm kind of wanting this nice light pink that you have here. This is kind of what I'm looking for. So this right now is okay for like an outline. If you're new to icing, there's 3 consistencies. There's more than that, but 3 basic ones that you kind of use, and then you kind of adjust from there for other things. So this would be fine for an outline. Sometimes I use it even a little tighter than this, but it kind of, see when you lift it, it stays here. So this is fine for what I want for an outline. So I'm gonna bag a little bit of this. So I just take my bag. I use just a cup, any cup. Hopefully you can see this good enough. I don't know, I'm trying to lift this up high enough. So the bag just goes over the cup like this. And then we just go ahead. I only need a little bit of outline. You only use a small amount of outline. So that's probably way too much, and pull some out. Anyway, goes in. And I'm going to drop the bag down. Sorry, just going to push the icing all the way down to the bottom as far as you can get it. Here, I buy these bags on Amazon. I'm working on getting a store or the affiliate thing set up so I can have all this stuff for you guys to show you what I use. I'm gonna grab a bag clip. Again, these are just little clips from Amazon, but I love these. They come in 2 sizes. Twist the bag, I bend it over like this, and then I clamp it, okay? If you wanna write an O on it so you know that it's outlined, you know, you can do that. I need a little bit of detail with this color, so unfortunately, when I add the detail, it's gonna kind of change the color, so I might have to add pink back in. When I make a detail on this, what I'm gonna do is take some of this out into this bowl, just a small amount, like this. That's about all I need. And to get this more of a detail, I'm gonna add some powdered sugar. So I'll start with, you know, like this. Once I do that, then we want to make sure we mix this all the way. To get a detail that I'm looking for, I like it pretty tight and not runny at all. Especially if you're doing lettering. I don't like it even the least bit runny. I'll make it over tight probably than you need to, but I'd rather have it that, because if I'm doing really detailed lettering, like small places, and I'm cutting a small hole, I want to keep those exact lines. So if it kind of runs at all, it's not, I don't like it. It doesn't look as perfect. So this is like, I mean, this would be fine. It's holding kind of stiff and then crumbling over. I'm probably just gonna add a tiny bit more just because, like I said, I like it a little bit tighter. So again, we just want to mix that all the way through. All the way in. If you're doing florals, you're gonna really want this tighter because otherwise they look wet and droopy, and they don't. A lot of people that do really detailed florals, there's a lot that goes back in. It's really hard to push through the bag. So this is a little better. Now it's kind of standing out more on its own, a little straighter. So this is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and bag this. So again, the bag goes into the cup, over, and we're just gonna take what we have here, scoop it out, and scrape it in. It's a little bit lighter in color, but it's not bad. It's gonna look good on what it's going on. So, okay, so now we have that. good. I got it on the top of the bag. I hate that. Anyways, so then again, do the same thing. Push it down all the way to the bottom. All the way down. Hopefully this video comes out good. I'm gonna grab another bag clip, twist it and bend it over like this. Another bag clip. This is the other size, which is fine. It's not a big deal. And then that gets bagged. So the last one I'm gonna do is I need a little bit of flood. So this is still in that outline, which is too thick. So I have this little squirt bottle I keep. We're just gonna start with a little bit. Because this is just a little bit of icing. I normally make extremely big batches, and so we add a lot of water back in, but when you're on just a tiny bit here, you don't want to overshoot, because then you're gonna have to add powdered sugar back in, and it's a pain. So I'll just add a little bit. And you kind of will get the idea once you do this enough of how much to add. But you know, start with half a teaspoon if you're nervous. So see, this is kind of dripping, but it's still kind of sticking. So it's not good enough. It won't flood super smooth. So we're gonna take another squirt of water, just another squirt in there, and mix this up again. Learning icing is probably the most difficult part of doing this. Once you get this down, then, and you're comfortable with it, then everything else kind of falls in place. Okay, so see how this is dripping? It's still a little tight, but it's not bad. So when I lift it, see how it's kind of like falling off of there? It's still clumping a little bit there. But I think this is good. I'm just gonna add a touch more water, just so I can get it nice and drippy. Not overly drippy, but you don't want it, I don't want it to clump because it makes it harder to work with. So there we go. This is just flowing off now. Okay, so again, we're gonna bag this up. I have 3 different size bags. I have small, medium, and large. I'm just gonna put the medium, even though it's not very much, but kind of easier to work with than the smaller ones on this. This, since it drips, we're gonna scoop it down to the corner and pour it in. The other ones we got out of the bowl, but these ones we're gonna just drop in because it's drippy. You wanna get every last bit in there. Making colors is a huge pain, so you wanna make sure you get every drop of that color in here. All right, so there we go. Again, pull the bag up. I'm just gonna push this back down so you can see I have it all the way down. If you ever need to, you know, massage the bag or anything, you can always move the bag clip. But for right now, we're gonna keep it tight on there. Since I'm gonna be working with this in a minute. So again, here, clamp it, and that's it. So that is how I make colors. Now we have our 3 colors to start going and decorating.